Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to my channel, Tara Talks Books, where we talk everything bookish. So today I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into my Kindle library. I'm going to go through first my Kindle Unlimited. Those are the ones that I get through like my Kindle subscription, the Kindle Unlimited subscription that I have downloaded. The other ones I have are from like Stuff Your Kindle Day, and I'll go through those as well. And then I think I have a couple that just were given to me by free or I won from authors. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the ones I downloaded for like that count towards my Kindle Unlimited subscription. Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisinger, and I believe that's like a mafia romance. And then I have Praise by Sarah Kate, and that one is like an age gap, like ex-boyfriend's dad romance, I believe. And then I have Tease by Melanie Harlow. Then I have Parallel by Elle O'Rourke, and I know that's like I think it's like a fantasy romance. And it just has an intriguing premise, so I definitely want to get to it. And I have Kiss Me Tonight by Maria Lewis, and that one's like enemies to lovers, small town romance. Then I have Pulling Doubles by Christina C. Jones, and that one I have, that's like a doctor-nurse romance, and I've read one like that before and enjoyed it because they kind of like butt heads at first, and then obviously it grows into a romance. Then I have The Gravity of Us by Brittany C. Cherry. And I think this one is like college new adult romance. But I've heard it's like an emotional one, and I definitely want to give it a go. The next one I have that's also part of the KU is The Wrong Bride by Katarina Mora. And I know that one's like mafia romance. And then I have Next of Kin by Hannah Bonham Young. And that one is, I believe, their foster, like each of them are fostering their siblings, and then they can't quite do it on their own, so they have to like team up so that they can take care of their siblings, and then they fall in love. So it seems like an interesting premise and one I haven't read from before, and I thought that would be a good one. Next one I have is Claimed by the Horde King by Zoe Draven, and that one's just because I've read the first one in that series, and I want to continue on in that series and read the second one. Then I have Lady Venom Takes a Mistress by Kat Blackthorne, and this one is like a novella, and I believe it's sapphic, and it's like a Medusa Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I was very intrigued by it. Then I have Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth, and that's like a Christmas romance. I loved 'Tis the Season for Revenge by her, so I wanted to give Big Nick Energy a go. Then I have The Risk, which is part of the Mind F series, and honestly, I think this one is like serial killer police detective romance, and I think she's the serial killer, so it just seems interesting. It's gotten so many reviews. It's very popular on the interwebs, so I downloaded it because I was like, I'm intrigued. The next one I have is Because of Bea over at Mama Needs to Read Romance, and that one's Halfling by S.E. Wendell, and this is like a fantasy, I think, like, is it orc romance? It's like a monster romance, and I definitely want to give that one a go. It seems good. Then I have Burnout by Rebecca Genshak, and I haven't tried any books from her, but this one seemed intriguing because I think she's like a gymnast, and he does like motocross, and so it's gotten some pretty good hype. I think it was like the end of last year, beginning of this year, and I wanted to try it out. Then I have Beastly and Bookish by Katrina Bell, and this one is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, monster romance, and I believe it's like a novella. I actually started this one because it's Christmassy too. Next one I have is The Widow of Rose House, and honestly, I know this is like a historical romance, and I actually have this one because it's going to be Tea and Biscuits with Tara and Bea's book club pick for January. So I also have The Sailor's Song by Daria Vernon, and this is like, I think it's like Little Mermaid. I don't know if it's a retelling or just has mermaids in it, but I liked Daria Vernon's historical romance, so I wanted to give this one a go, and I believe it's also a novella. So those are all the ones I downloaded for like on my KU subscription. The next ones I have are from Stuff Your Kindle Days that you get free ebooks on Stuff Your Kindle. So let's see what I got with those. So I have The Vampire Debt by Allie Winters, which I just saw vampires and I was like, okay. The next one I have Bodyguard in Her Bed by Evie Croft, and like I said, I just saw Bodyguard and that was all I needed to know. Then I have Blood Claimed by L.A. McGinnis. Again, I was like on a vampire kick when I downloaded all these books, so you'll see a few more, but that's why. Then I have The Marionettes by Katie Wismer, and this one is because Kaylani over at Kaylani Simply Me mentioned, I think, that she read it, and this author actually, I don't know if she still does Booktube, but she was on Booktube, and so I definitely want to try her book. Then I have Rescued by Quayon by Tamsin Lee, and that's like an alien romance. I have Annalise by Carrie Lomax, which is like a historical romance. Then I have Deal with the Demon Lord by Casey Lee. And again, I was just into like monsters and creatures, so that's why I chose it. And then I have Mafia Mistress by Mila Finelli, and this one, I wanted to try Mila Finelli. This is another one that I wanted to try the author. This is Run Run Rabbit by C.M. Nascosta, and I wanted to give her a go, so it was a free book, so I was like, oh, let's try it. Then I have another monster romance, and that one is Washed Up with the Kraken by L.E. Eldridge. The next one was literally a cover by because it's just stunning. And that was The Fire in the Glass by Jacqueline Benson. And then I have Possession by Jessica Hawkins. I think this one might be Mafia. I'm not quite sure on that. But I tried Jessica Hawkins' Right Where I Want You, and I loved it. So I want to give this one a go. And I have My Lucky Number 13 by Piper Rain, and I saw that it was like a hockey romance. So I was like, I'm going to give it a go. Same reason for I picked On the Line by Julia Connors is another hockey romance that I was like, I want to read hockey. Then I have Winter's Kiss by Laura D. Bastian. And that one, again, I just was a winter one. So I was like, oh, let's give it a go. And the next one I have Bohemian Girl by Georgia Cates. And honestly, that is another cover one. I saw that cover and I was like, okay. Next I have Seven Brides for Seven Alien Brothers by Honey Phillips. And I wanted to try this alien romance. And I've heard Honey Phillips is good, and I loved the idea of like 7 brides for 7 alien brothers and 7, because I watched the movie when I was younger, 7 brides for 7 brothers, so I liked it, and I wanted to give it a go. And then the next one I have is September Awakening by Mary Farmer, and I wanted to try Mary Farmer. I know this one is a historical romance. The next one I have is also a historical romance, and that is Lord Darkness by Sydney Jane Bailey. Then I have You Can Count on Me by Faye Quinn, and I think this is a male-male romance. And then I have Blindsided by Amy Dawes, and I want to say this is like a football romance. So I'm pretty sure those are all the ones I got for like Stuff Your Kindle days. And then I just had a few that I noticed like authors were having promotions for their books for free on KU. And one I got was The Devil to Pay by Kate Bateman, which obviously I want to try because I've enjoyed Kate Bateman's books. Make Me Yours by Melanie Harlow, because I want to try Melanie Harlow. Then I saw Anti-Hero by Sarah Kate, which I have yet to try a book, but I like want to. So, I mean, I have 2 in my Kindle library. I need to do it already. And then Forbidden Hearts by Corinne Michaels. I actually just wanted to give Corinne Michaels a second chance because I can't remember what I read from her, but it wasn't my favorite, and so I was thinking about giving an author a second chance. So, and I have another Kate Bateman, and it's The Promise of a Kiss, and I think that one came from like her newsletter, so I downloaded that one. I have The Sense of Viscount Worley by Stacey Reid. Again, hers was running a promotion that was free, so I definitely wanted to try that one. And then I think Caution and Love by Kay Rodriguez was another free one. And then I got from, I think it was the newsletter, A Duke of Her Own by Stacey Reid. Then a couple I got from just authors themselves is The Wicked Wallflower by Tracy Sumner. I also got The Brazen Bluestocking, which I already read though and enjoyed, so that one is technically on my Kindle, but it's already read. I also got Counting on Love by Carol Coventry, which sounds really good. And then I won one from Lauren Smith. The Shadows of Stormcliffe Hall. I definitely want to give it a go. It sounds so good. And then one that I got on Stuff for Your Kindle Day that I forgot was A Deal with the Earl, and that's by Sadie Bosk, and that's a historical romance that I was intrigued by. And then two that kind of you get free. I don't know what it's called, but like it's like a monthly thing that KU does that they pick just a few books and then you get to download it onto your KU, and then it changes every month, I think. One was Grave Talk by Nick Spalding, and I think this is like an emotional fiction, I want to say. And then Joe Hill, I got Ushers, and I think that's more like I don't know, like a horror. I also got Salt and Broom by Sharon Lynn Fisher, and I believe that might be like a witch one. And then last but not least, that's also on my Kindle right now, are some ARCs. One is Never Gamble Your Heart by Lindsay Lovis, and it's the second one in the Secret Society of Governess Spies, and I'm so excited to read that one. And then the other one is Give Me Butterflies by Jillian Meadows, and I know this is like a romance, contemporary romance. So those are all the unread books on my Kindle TBR. Let me know in the comments below what I should prioritize at the beginning of next year for those books that I've mentioned. And if you made it this far and you just want to let me know that you were here and that you watched, go ahead and leave me like a phone emoji, because that's usually how I read my Kindle books. Like and subscribe if you'd like to. Bye.